Hey y'all, it's y'all's favorite Island Boy, Guido here, bringing y'all last week's top video game tech and sci-fi news. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Elden Ring, a new open world game coming out from the people that brought us the Seuss series. We're going to talk about Nintendo's financial report, but only the cool stuff like possible new system and age demographic. And finally, we will also be covering accessibility options for video games, which is pretty freaking dope. But before we even start, Bars Joystics is trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of 2021, and I know for sure that if y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully share the video, we might get to 500, which is a pretty dope milestone for us. Also, Paco, Taj, Seuss, and I post videos almost every day of the week, ranging from anime to hip-hop to video games, and so go check out the other videos we have on the page. But let's go ahead and start off with this week's Flash update. So let's start off with some quick chismosa headlines. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl have leaked online. Twitter's going wild with this information. There's videos, there's pictures, everything is online. Y'all can go check it out on Twitter. We're not gonna play any videos or show any images here because obviously Pokemon and Nintendo will definitely come after people posting these things. So if you want to know more about what's going on with BDSP, go on Twitter and just look at CentralLeaks on Twitter. They have everything that you will need.
What do you know?
In other news, Microsoft Azure and Sega are joining forces to work on a project of Sega's called Super Game, which is a forward-thinking initiative. Reports from GeekWise say that they might grab one of their IPs like Phantasy Star Online, Sonic the Hedgehog, or Yakuza and make it into a big kick-it service game. This is pretty exciting news. You know, Sega's been through some rough years, but this would be really dope if they do something big with Phantasy Star Online, which is a pretty freaking cool game. The critically acclaimed massively multiplayer online role-playing game Final Fantasy XIV, that's a freaking mouthful, was supposed to be getting its largest and latest expansion, Endwalker, at the end of November, but it has been delayed until December 7th because they want to make sure that the expansion comes out as perfect as possible, and so that it doesn't ruin the Final Fantasy XIV experience. Naoki Yoshida, the director and producer of the game, apologized profusely online in a written letter and in a video, but I don't think any Final Fantasy XIV fan is angry. We are very grateful that this expansion pack is coming out. I'm still on A Realm Reborn, so when I make it past all the freaking amazing story of all the other expansions, I will be getting Endwalker. Animal Crossing's update came out last week, so if you are a player of Animal Crossing that has abandoned your island like I did, this is a good time to jump back. With 2.0 come a huge number of updates to the game that will make you feel welcome at home doing a bunch of tasks all day, every day. It's a cool game. I'm not gonna hate on it right now, even though I sold it on eBay because I got bored. But the update is out, it's free, check it out. On to some of the main headlines. Bandai Namco released a 15-minute Elden Ring gameplay trailer to showcase how dope this game looks. The newest Souls-like game from Software is an open-world title with a very interesting mix of the best features from other open-world titles like Breath of the Wild's beacon drop system and Ghost of Tsushima's guiding winds. You can summon allies to fight alongside with you. There is a co-op mode, and you can summon a spirit horse mount that you can ride and that can kind of like double jump, which is really dope. Apart from stunning visuals and AAA gameplay, it looks like they're using a lot of systems to ensure this is an open world game that is fun to play and that allows you to feel that amazing rush one gets when you find some random shit in the middle of a map. I've really never played a Souls game, but I am for sure getting this when it comes out on February 25th, 2022 on the PlayStation 4, 5, PC, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. It's coming out for everything except the fucking Switch. But maybe I'll be able to play it on the Steam Deck that I will definitely materialize for 2022.
Imagination.
On some pretty great news, Forza 5, Microsoft's latest Forza game, has a sign language interpretation feature for both American and British Sign Language. Over the years, accessibility options have been a priority in the tech industry, and video games are finally starting to catch up with games like Last of Us Part 2, which included like 60 accessibility options with presets for vision, hearing, and motor impairment, and Ratchet & Clank and Spider-Man Miles Morales also boasting a huge library of accessibility options. This is just fantastic news, and any and every video game company should definitely get on board with providing accessibility options for everyone to be able to play these games. This game is actually coming out tomorrow, November 9th, for Xbox and PC. The last bit of news, Nintendo just released their financial report for the financial year 2021, including demographics, their sales of the Nintendo Switch system, and some other really interesting news. Looking here at a screenshot from the financial presentation, it looks like the demographic of the Nintendo Switch is around the 20s and 30s, which is pretty dope. I am around the 20s and 30s, I think. I'm not going to say how old I am, but it's really interesting to see how there's a huge spike in 20-year-olds. And then onto the next screenshot here from the financial report presentation, we have that the Nintendo Switch has sold 92.87 million units, which is very, very close to their biggest selling unit, which was the Nintendo 3DS, which sold, displaying number of that right now on screen because I don't have it in my script. The Nintendo Switch is doing very, very well, and I'm going to preface the next piece I'm going to talk about. The Nintendo Switch is doing so well that they do not need to come out with a new Nintendo Switch Pro to continue to sell their systems. But the last screenshot we have here has the future outlook of the Nintendo integrated hardware software systems. As you can see here, we have 2004 when the DS came out, 2006 when the Wii came out. They completely forgot and did not include the Wii U, which was a failure that didn't even make it to 30 million units, but that's whatever. In 2017, they released the Nintendo Switch, and they have here the next gaming system for 20XX, which reminds me of kind of like Mega Man. Don't hold your breath, the new Nintendo system is not going to come out probably next year. They have mentioned before that the Nintendo Switch is in the middle of its life cycle, and the Nintendo Switch came out in 2017, so we have at least like 2 or 3 or 4 more years until we see a new system. But if it comes before that, that would be pretty dope. That would be pretty exciting. There are a lot of rumors of companies getting dev kits from Nintendo that they definitely shut down really quickly. But who knows? Maybe we'll see it next year. But definitely please do not hold your breath, because you are going to die a very sad death waiting for the new Nintendo system. Let's end here with what's coming up this week. November 11th is going to be a very, very hard day for a lot of people. Because there's 3 games coming out that day, and the 3 of them are amazing. There's the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the remastered, it's a long title. I'm gonna put it right here. It's coming out for every system basically. I'm probably gonna get it for the Switch and download I'm gonna have to buy a new SD card. Anyways, Skyrim Anniversary Edition is coming out too, with a slew of updates and new content. You can fish, you can do a bunch of new stuff in this Skyrim Anniversary Edition. I've bought it already 2 times. I'm gonna buy it a 3rd time, hopefully for the Steam Deck, not on the Switch. And Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is also coming for the Switch, November 11th. This is a classic. I played it on PC back in the day, and it was the first time I ever felt a video game was just fucking crazy. Now, November 12th, Shin Megami Tensei 5 comes out, and it's already received great reviews. I've literally never played a Shin Megami Tensei game. Paco loves them. Paco went on a rant with me the other day talking about Shin Megami Tensei 5, so definitely he will probably come out with a video about Shin Megami Tensei 5. Stay tuned for that. And I think that's it for today. I think that's it for last week's top news, in my head at least. Like, it's the top news that I fucking like. So I'll see y'all next week, next Monday on Flash Update. Guido here. Peace out.